how much would it cost to set up my own server to run a private large language model? If you were to do this in Office, hardware alone, probably 2,500 to let's say 10K, something like that. 2,500 to 10,000 to get the hardware necessary to run a large language model. And that has a lot to do with the graphics processing and NVIDIA and all these other things that, if you're into this, you already know this. If you're not, it's a lot to explain, so I just won't do it. But yes, you can absolutely do it. Then there's the software side of it where you need to put together these components like Open Web UI and several other different bits of open source software that are free to use, well supported, growing. They've got people working on making them better. There's a lot of great open source software out there that we all use all the time that we maybe didn't even realize was open source when we first started using it. But if you're going to do this in-house in your own office, you've got to have someone on staff who understands this type of technology quite well, or you've got to use a service like we provide that gets you set up, maintains it for you. Those are kind of your options. And you might spend another 500,000. I mean, companies, it depends on the size of your company. It depends on how many employees you have, how much data you have, what you want out of it. But the big companies most of them went all in a few years ago and spent millions really to get large language models trained on their data, fine-tuned to their data. And some of that was, I'm sure it was cool, but it's not necessarily benefited them in the ways they thought. But the costs have come down a lot. So don't get fooled and spend a ton of money, but there's still development behind it. So there's hardware, some software, and some development behind it. Expect 5 to 20 grand, something like that.